Hey guys, welcome back to my garden where I garden in zone 8B. And today I'm going to show you how some of the things that we planted last time, how they're doing, and just kind of show you around the garden. Okay, so last time we were in the garden, we planted some sunflowers and some pumpkins. And I just want to show you, they started to sprout, they started to grow. So let's take a closer look at them. Okay, so here we have our pumpkins that we planted, and we have the sunflowers that we planted. They're doing pretty well. So we also have them over here. I think I may go back and probably take one of these out, maybe this one. I'll just actually go ahead and just pull it out now. But yeah, so that's looking good. Okay, I don't know if you remember, but last time I had a bunch of tomatoes planted in this bed. I just went ahead and just pulled them all out because I'm just ready. I'm just anxious to get some of the fall stuff planted, some lettuce and spinach in this bed right here. And this bed right here, I just kept, still has my bell peppers in them, and they're doing pretty well. Now, last time we also planted some carrots. I planted carrots in a grow bag for the first time, and I showed you how I do the cardboard over them so they can germinate. So let's take a look at them. So if you see, they kind of started to sprout already, which is really good. So now I think I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna put the cardboard back on because I got some germination, and now I'm just gonna leave it alone. So let's take a look at the kale that we planted last time. I planted two different kinds of kale, and so far they're looking pretty good. This variety right here is a Siberian dwarf, and I forgot the name of this one. I believe it is, geez, I can't remember, but this is the other kale planted. Only a couple of them are sprouting, so I might drop more seeds in here. This is the green beans. So far I got 3 of them that germinated and grew. I have another one here that looks like it's about to grow. And I might drop maybe like 2 more seeds in there. You guys, look how wonderful these collard greens are looking. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful. I planted some more. I tried to start them from seed, and I literally put them in a seed tray with seed starting mix and just left it outside here in my backyard. And I'm going to probably plant it back in this back bed right here. As soon as those peppers are gone, I'm going to remove the peppers and put some collards along with maybe some of my broccoli and cabbage. But let me show you. And I told you guys last time, not really good at seed starting, but I figured, you know what? I'm just gonna like direct sow it right into a seed starting tray. And I've been leaving it out here uncovered, and just kind of seeing what happens. So yeah, these are the seeds that I put the colored green seeds in here with seed starting mix, and they look like they're doing pretty well. I didn't cover them, I didn't do anything out of the ordinary, and they're doing pretty good. So I will be throwing some more cilantro seeds in here. I'm just waiting for it to get a little bit cooler, but I did notice that my oregano plant is grown a little out of control, so I'm going to be harvesting a lot of this just so it can continue to thrive and grow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to harvest it, I'm going to wash it and dry it. This is the little area I worked on last time, kind of my little tea garden area. As you can see, my mint is starting to grow a lot more and thrive. And I think it likes this spot right here, along with my lemon balm. And my lemongrass, which I will also be harvesting and drying. Over here in this bed, my eggplants are still doing pretty well. As much as I want to pull them out and start with my fall crops, I just don't have the heart to, because they're still growing. I mean, they're still flowering and producing a lot of wonderful eggplants. I did leave these tomatoes. These are all cherry tomatoes. So I just left these in because I do see a lot of them growing. I still have like a whole bunch cluster here that are growing, so, and it's flowering. So I'm gonna leave these cherry tomatoes in here. This bed right here, this is my pepper bed, which has not had a very good year. I haven't been able to harvest a lot of peppers this year. I did start getting some of these jalapenos. I'm just gonna wait for them to grow a little bit more before I start harvesting from them. But yeah. And my turmeric is looking amazing. I will be harvesting some turmeric here pretty soon, and some ginger. In this bed here, I have some zucchinis planted, along with I had the gray zucchinis I planted last time. These are them. These are the ones I planted in the last video, and they're doing really well. And then honestly, I think these are just artichoke seeds that I may have dropped in here and forgot I did that, but I'm gonna leave them alone as well and just kind of let them grow out. Now, if you've watched in my previous videos, I have grown some asparagus from seed. Just dropped some asparagus seeds in a grow pot or in a grow bag, and I wasn't really expecting them to germinate so well, and they did. And I knew that I had to find a permanent spot for them. So I actually pulled out all the green beans that I had in this bed. If you remember, I had green beans in here, and I pulled them out, and I put all the asparagus seedlings, I transplanted them all into this bed. So this is now going to be their permanent home. And if you're not familiar with growing asparagus, it actually takes 2 years to grow before you can harvest from them. And once that happens, then you have them for the next 20 years. It will keep producing for like 20 plus years. And so I'm really excited about that. This will be their permanent spot. Now I know that they're going to grow so big that it's going to fall over on my walkway here. So what I'm going to eventually do is put 2 really long stakes and tie like some string or something, and just keep them kind of pushed up so that it's not in the way. But I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think this is a perfect spot for them. And then I do have my cucumbers growing along this trellis, but they're not doing too good. Honestly, I don't know if it's really going to be producing any for me. I do see some very small little cucumbers growing, but I just don't have very good luck with cucumbers. This one didn't really grow too much. I do have actually more along this trellis right here. And this one's actually, I got one here that's just about ready. But it's not doing too bad. I was able to pick a couple cucumbers from there. Oh, and I have another one growing here. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that does. The okra is doing really well. I've been picking a lot of okra these past couple of days. They really grow so fast. I mean, if I leave it out here for like an extra day or two, they are already like really large. And I try to avoid that because once they get too big, they don't taste right and you don't really want to eat them. But I have been harvesting a lot of okra. I have a couple more here. It's pretty cool how it's like a flower and then it closes and then it becomes some okra. I do have some empty grow bags here that I had potatoes in, and I probably will plant some more potatoes. I definitely am really happy with my oregano. I have so much of it, so I'm really excited about being able to harvest fresh oregano, and I'm going to take this all inside and wash it really good and dry it. And then after I lay it out to dry, then I'm going to put it all in a brown paper bag and just let it sit on the counter somewhere and let it dry. And usually after a week or two, it's good. It is all dried up, and then I could store it in like a large container. And by that time, in 2 weeks, by that time it's all dried, this thing will be already fully grown. It'll be grown some more, so I can come out and just keep harvesting as much as I can. Yeah. I like to use oregano in my pasta sauce, just in a lot of like dishes that require oregano. It's always nice to have some on hand. Sometimes I'll just keep a little bit, like probably this much fresh oregano in my fridge in a container and be able to use that. But definitely don't be afraid to cut your oregano because it will definitely encourage it to grow. Because if you don't, then it's just going to start getting really woody and it's not going to produce a lot of leaves. All right, that looks about good. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna harvest some of this wonderful thyme. All right, great. So I'm also gonna harvest some of this lemongrass because it's grown so much and I just want to take it down so it could continue to thrive. Now, the bottom part of this lemongrass is usually pretty good for like cooking. If you're cooking some Asian dishes that that use lemongrass, usually they'll cut this a little bit more of this bottom part, but the leaf part is really good for like teas, or if you want to make an oil out of it. Some people make lemongrass oil, which is pretty fun. And if you don't know how to do that, It's pretty simple. You just cut up some lemongrass and put it in a little, if you have a little small crock pot, like the small dip size, with a little olive oil in it, and put some lemongrass in there and just kind of let it simmer for, I don't know, a few hours, and then strain it, and then you have like a lemongrass infused oil, which you could use as like an essential oil type of thing, or whatever, really. I mean, lemongrass is so good. It's so healthy for you. There's so many benefits to lemongrass. It's like antibacterial, it's like anti-hypertensive, it's very calming. There's like a lot of medicinal properties to lemongrass. So usually when I harvest it, a lot of it like that, I will just twist it and put it like this. I will wash this as well and dry it. You could also refrigerate this. It lasts really good in a refrigerator for about, I believe, a month. You could freeze it if you use this bottom portion of it. You can cut this up and you can freeze it for like up to a year in the freezer. It's good for. It's good if you dry it. It's good for up to a year as dried lemongrass. It's also a really good insect repellent. So you could use it to make your own like homemade insect repellent if you'd like. And I will cut up some lemon balm as well. I think I'm going to dry some of this lemon balm. I will leave the mint. Okay, so while I'm at it, I'm going to harvest some of this rosemary because I don't want it to get too long and too woody at the stems, because that will just prevent it from growing like bushier. So it's good while the stem is still soft. That's kind of where you want to make your cuts at. So just trim some up, and I'm going to dry these as well. Now, when you cut from the top and the stem is still really soft, you're going to get the most flavor. I mean, it smells amazing, and you could tell this is some really good rosemary. But if you try to harvest from like a little bit lower in the plant where it's a little bit more woodier, it's not going to be as flavorful. It's not going to have that strong rosemary scent. I mean, it might, but still, I feel like when the stems are softer, that's when you're going to have the best flavor. And it's also, you know, the right spot to cut it at. You don't want to cut a very woody, hard branch type. You don't want to cut it off when it's like real hard and woody, because it's not going to grow as well as if you cut it when the stem is a little bit smaller and younger. I'm done for today in the garden, and I really can't wait to start planting some of the fall stuff. So I can't wait to show you guys what I have planned. All right, guys, we're all done in the garden today. I harvested all the herbs I've been meaning to come out here and harvest, and I'm happy to show you the progress of all the plants, all the seedlings that we planted in the last video, and how everything is doing in the garden. And yeah, stay tuned till next week, because I have a lot planned and I really can't wait to show you guys. So stay tuned.